Hey there, everybody. Scott Robinson with you. Fresh from a long hiatus. Welcome to Beyond the Humidor After Dark. Again, Scott Robinson with you. I've been away for a while, taking care of some personal business, starting a new job and whatnot. So, haven't had quite time to put the attention that I wanted to put on to this show that I do once a week every Wednesday at 6 o'clock Pacific time. I promise you I will do better. I will not let you down again. So, we are in the midst of the holidays. Christmas has come and go. I hope you had a happy and safe holiday and you got everything that you wanted. Now, speaking of that, Tiny Wife and I have this tradition that has been going on for probably the last 13 years that we've been married. It starts around Thanksgiving. And we have this discussion about Christmas presents after we're stuffed with turkey, ham, and my famous rolls and cranberry sauce and dressing and yams. You get the picture. And it always starts out the same way. Since we did X, Y, and Z this year, we're not going to give presents to one another this year. Agreed? Agreed. Somehow, some way or another, one of us falters. In this case, this year, I just made a joke. I was just kidding and said, your present's in the mail. She laughed. I laughed. We went about our business. And then, to my shock, around the 19th of December, she says, "You didn't see the box that was outside that they just delivered, did you?" And I'm like, "What box? That was your Christmas present." That's when I say, "Oh, crap. I was just joking. I was just funning." Well, now I'm off to get her a Christmas present. So, one or the other, we do this mad dash. The short trip to grandma's house is what I got this Christmas was because she knows a guy. I got a beautiful sign for my studio here at Good Dog Voiceover Productions. I was too lazy to bring it upstairs, but I need to find a place to put it. I think I'm going to put it right on the door, along with an on-air sign. You can't quite see the door. At least I don't think you can. Nope, you can't. But the piece de resistance was a Rapid Air A3 air purifier, which means that I can smoke in my office and in my studio with impunity now. It's great. Although yesterday when I set it up and got it into the office and situated, smoked my first cigar, she comes in and she's got a real sensitive nose as an ex-smoker. So she comes in and says, "I still kind of smell it." Can't win from losing, but it works pretty darn good. And it's my understanding that my co-host Larry, his lovely wife Sherry, got him a Rabbit Air A3 as well. So on the next podcast recording, I think Lawrence and I are going to give an impromptu review of the Rabbit Air A3 as I sit about and smoke this Perdomo 10-year. I don't remember when I got into this. I think it was probably around 2000, about 2008 or 9. I started getting into the Perdomo Reserve 10-year champagnes. Just a great cigar. It's out of Nicaragua. It's Nicaraguan filler, and the wrapper's Connecticut, Ecuadorian, and Connecticut. It's a really nice, smooth smoke. I think I would have no problem at all putting a novice in this cigar. It's fantastic. It smokes well, really smooth. You can get a lot of smoke out of it. This is a Robusto that I'm smoking right now, but it comes in all different sizes. It comes in a Corona, Churchill, you name it, they've got it. A Toro, Torpedo, if you're into torpedoes. Personally, I've never liked Torpedo, that size. It does nothing for me. It's just when it flutes on the other end, I feel like you're getting deprived of smoke. And the first time I did a Torpedo, I know this is stupid. I cut down to the point where it's like, beyond the cap to get to something that's big enough where I feel there's enough smoke coming out of it. But hey, what are you going to do? Right? So yeah, aside from that, we just put live the latest episode of Beyond the Humidor, where we celebrated the Christmas holiday with the Placencia Etafal. Now, for all this time, I purchased the box in Florida back this past February, right before I got canned. I bought this box. I got peer pressured into it. Thank you, Cigars International. Out of I don't know if that's Tampa or Lutz. I think it's Lutz, out of Lutz, Florida. Great place, by the way. If you happen to come across the Cigars International, you gotta go. I This one, particularly in Lutz, was fantastic. And I hear there's even, larger and better ones, but this one was just right. Full on bar with all the bourbon and whiskey you could drink. Very sizable humidor, and picked up some Balmorals. Now, this is a gripe. In the US, you can't find Balmorals. Yes, I know the factory burned down, so Balmoral's been discontinued, but I've been seeing them all through Europe. And this is not a Cuban cigar. So you can bring it back with relative ease. But when I try to order it online, they don't ship to the United States for some reason or another. Every online cigar shop that I find it. Now, a buddy of mine told me about a spot in Switzerland that I've got to try. So I got to check them out and see if they ship to the US and see if I can get my hands on a couple of boxes of Balmoral, because that is a great cigar. We go into this whole thing with Cubans and Hong Kong prices and whatnot. I mean, Cubans, they've basically pushed a lot of the average smoker out of the market. That's just the truth. So you got to find alternatives, which there are many of alternatives. Excuse me while I spoke. Now, I know what some people are saying out there. Damn it, I said out there. Pat Walsh, please don't be ashamed of me. For you listening to the show, you're probably thinking to yourself, if you are a frequent listener, hey, Scotty, you don't have a drink. I do not. I had 2 drinks before this, and I just hadn't gotten around to pouring myself another one, trying to get the show together to make sure that runs smoothly. Because I think the last time I used like a 10-minute timer, and I'm thinking, why is this thing running so long? Try to do the gap, because when you do a live, you're always going to be a little bit behind. So a little worried about that. And since I haven't done this in so bloody long, I really wanted to pay attention to what I was doing. So no drink, that will come later, but I am enjoying a fine cigar. How about you? What did you get this Christmas as far as cigars or cigar paraphernalia? Something that you truly enjoyed, and it can be just something in the simple. It doesn't have to be as extravagant as a box of cigars. The gorilla got like 2 or 3 awesome ashtrays from his folks. Really interesting and unique ashtrays. And we talked about this on the show. As far as a cigar lover, what are the things that you really go for? Because not everyone wants to step foot in a cigar shop. I get it. My poor wife won't do it. I remembered back in the day when she would get cigars for me for Christmas. She knew where my favorite cigar hangout is, Tobacco Republic out in Loomis, California, in case you don't know. And she would give, when he worked there, the big guy, Eric Hansen, give him like about $100 or so and say, the big tall black guy, yeah, what does he smoke? Just pick some stuff out for me. Of course, the proprietor, Tobacco Republic, outed me one year. She had the courage to go in and said, well, what are the things that Scott likes? So he picked out some, and then he ran it up on the register, and yeah, guess what? The cost of my cigar habit was revealed. And of course, my wife, she doesn't get mad, and she's not a nag. She's awesome that way. She just gives me that look, which sometimes I think is 5 times worse, and just looks at me, shakes her head, and goes, oh, honey. So now that we're out of Christmas, Mariah Carey has been drugged back to the pit where she belongs, so we don't have to hear that infernal All I Want for Christmas song. We're now coming into New Year's Eve. Tiny Wife and I had a discussion on this. And we were kind of talking about, well, maybe we want to, throw something, have a little party or whatever. And we're both of that age where it's a rarity unless I'm really doing something for me to last to midnight. Are you in that situation? Or are you a youngster and you're going to party till 4 a.m.? It's kind of sad when I look at it. It's just, the youngsters, they can do that kind of thing. I don't care. I think it was last New Year's. I lasted till 9 o'clock. Thank you for broadcasting the dropping of the ball on the East Coast, live on the East Coast, because it's, 8:50, 9 p.m. here. I can watch it. Oh, yay, it's New Year's. Happy New Year. Give Tiny Wife a kiss and fall asleep. Wake up. Happy New Year. Yeah, I'm not lasting till 12 midnight unless I'm doing something. And even then, it's kind of a crapshoot. I'm, hitting a couple of cups of coffee. I just don't have the interest in staying up that late anymore. So I think we acquiesced and we'll probably do a Super Bowl party in February if we're here. But we shall see. So, what else is there? I feel like there's a lot of left out and a lot to talk about since it's been so long. It's like, holy crap. I'm kind of forgive me for being all over the place. Like I said, it's been a while since I've sat in front of this microphone and said hello to you out there. God damn it. If Pat Walsh was here, he would take like a stick and just knock me over the head. There's a reason for that. I'll go into that at a later time. Pat knows what I'm talking about, and he's probably laughing his ass off as we speak. So, where was I with this? I was thinking of something and it kind of just blanked out. You ever had that happen? Or I'm just enjoying the cigar. Let me ask, what are you doing right now listening to this show? Having a cigar, enjoying yourself? I posted this to my Facebook page, and I know a great majority of my friends don't smoke cigars, but just wanted to reflect on the year. My year, I won't say it sucked. It did, but for various reasons. But it's come out at the end. It's not so bad. I remember that thing that Bruce Lee once said, everything is temporary, and I'm probably fucking it up, so forgive me. Pain is temporary, joy is temporary. Enjoy it and appreciate for the moment that it is. When it's bad, hang in there, it'll get better. And when it's better, enjoy it because eventually the joy is going to end. So if I say anything for folks out there, especially during the Christmas time, you reflect on your year as the new year approaches. I'm going to say this. If you're having a bad time, and I know a couple of folks who I'm in touch with, who are in bad situations and whatnot, I'm going to say this because I've been there. Hang in there. You ain't alone. It's going to get better. Don't give up because you don't know what's going to happen next. It could be something good. So, if anything, for this episode, and I've said this once in a million times, I did an interview on Gen X Talks, and I spoke with the general. Speaking of, if you have not checked out Gen X Talks, my introduction to it was this young kid ambushed his dad asking what a Gen Xer thinks, a cat who's my age, and pretty straightforward and to the point fatherly advice about life. And we've hooked up. He's been on our show, Beyond the Humidor. Check that out at LoomisCigarCartel.com and check out the Gen X Talks episode. We had a great time with that. And this year I had the privilege to be on his show for an interview. So look that up on YouTube. It's there. Pull up Loomis Cigar Cartel, Gen X Talks, And that will be my interview. We could have probably talked for about 4 or 5 hours. It was a good time, and we are going to have the general back. I just got to send the email out, which reminds me that's something I'm going to do this evening. So, don't want to keep you. Just want to reach out to you, tell you I'm still here. We're still going to do these Beyond the Humidors After Dark. They will be anywhere 15 to 30 minutes, where just to give you a holler, let you know we're here, be timely, have a good time. Who knows, we'll pop in. Sometimes I can get Greg to come on. Sometimes I haven't done it yet, but maybe we can get Larry and or the gorilla on board, do a live show to kick back, relax, talk some crap, and have some fun. So until then, stay healthy and safe. I'm wishing you a happy and prosperous new year on behalf of all of us here at Beyond the Humidor. Don't drink and drive. Got to put that one out there, especially out here in California. It's maximum enforcement. So watch out for Smokey. Take care. Stay safe. And as I always say, good drink, good smoke, a good life. Happy New Year, everybody. Take care.